On the streets a decade, things don't come easy. The city will eat you alive. Crime is abundant, and the biggest ones around are known as the Chromium Syndicate. Known for their dangerous deeds, they seize vaults with speed and brute force, getting off in spectacular form every time. They live a good life, as good as androids get, and they're led by their creator, the Alpha. Till a heist goes wrong, people are dead, and everyone starts pointing the finger. Now you have to do what's right. That's the gist of it, at least. I'm not looking for those dark tones that I had in the beginning. I mean, I'm not trying to make like The Departed, but like, just saying, make a lighthearted mob game? That doesn't sound right. Well, anyway, this is a different kind of HD video. When starting a new project, you're answering a question you haven't just yet asked. For Project Resolver, I'm looking to create a platformer shooter that takes inspiration from Super Smash Bros. Melee, in particular the movement mechanics. In particular Captain Falcon. He's cool as shit. I mean, like, look at him. The wave dashing, moonwalk, like, dude's awesome, right? Going back to movement, I think the melee mechanics can be simplified down a little bit. Icons in Rushdown use a down and jump input for the wave dashing. This is a great shortcut that I think I can use as well. Another shortcut I think would be a good moonwalking shortcut. Dash forward, quarter circle back works a lot easier than whatever the melee has. I mean, technically it wasn't intentional in the first place, but you get what I'm saying, right? There's a lot of mechanics that I'd like to go without. For instance, L canceling is certainly one of them. Although it could be used in combat, and I'm honestly not even sure what kind of combat I'm using right now. Again, the focus is the movement. For any platformer, the focus has to be, in my opinion, the movement. As for a platformer shooter, what's the point of having all these movement options? Well, on paper, all of these are going to be defensive movement options, right? Defensive maneuvers. Imagine if Mega Man X was able to deflect incoming fire through player skill, right? Something like a Daigo parry, if you will, right? Pretty sick. I'm thinking that's pretty sick. I'd like for the game to have memorable moments that the player can remember even after they finish the game, you know? I want their skill to impact on how well they do at the game. I want it to be high octane and a fun time for the whole family. As for combat, I'm still thinking about how it could be implemented. More often than not, I lean towards a simple combat system. Shooting and jumping is just the bread and butter of it all, right? It could be different because, I mean, why again? Why reinvent the wheel? Who cares? But Gunvolt did a really good job. You shoot people, you spark them, they're dead. It's different, but it works, right? Things definitely to consider when building the prototype. Oh, the prototype. While I would like for this game to be a 3D title, primarily reminiscent of Mega Man Legends and other low-poly, low-res games, I'm really gonna be building the gray box prototype, the initial prototype, just to understand the functions in which the game works in Game Maker 2. I know I'm going to have a hard time understanding how to implement them into Unreal, but that's what I gotta do. Eventually I will be utilizing Unreal Engine to begin building the actual game and converting it into a 3D, you know, 2D, 2.5D platformer. It'll work. As far as I'm concerned, the 3D aspect is only going to be in the visual style, but we'll see for now. A big part of game development is definitely going to be iteration, and with all the games flooding the platformer genre, going for like a full high-octane 3D action Vanquish shooter might not be a bad idea. Not that that should dissuade you at all. I mean, I'm still making a platformer here. If you want to make a platformer, make a platformer. Who the hell am I, right? Besides, look around you. There's not much here. Scope down. Speaking of scope, nice. I'm thinking of going for like a linear game, No need to stray away from the classics, and I'm not a fan of Metroidvanias anyway. Mission by mission, different stages depending on progression, yada yada yada. You can work on level design once the movement is finished, considering it's such an integral part of the game. But I'd like to have large levels. You gotta have the player able to move around. Large levels is way to go. Sonic style, not necessarily a whole right to beat the game, but branching in different ways to either end the level or find hidden gems and additional items, yada yada yada. Back to the prototype, right? We got Orange Man here. Orange Man, he's gonna be killing it for a little bit, all right? He's gonna be killing it. He's gonna be killing it for a little bit. That's Orange Man, dude. That right there, that's Orange Man. That's the guy. That's the dude. So far, I have the basic movement mechanics worked out. You know, dashing, wall jumping, double jumping, moonwalking, wave dashing. Not all of them work as implemented yet or as intended yet. However, it's something to just, hey, this might be an idea. So, I mean, I might as well just start working in Unreal now, if I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm still working on the style of the game. Again, I'd like to go low poly, low res, but the characters need some pizzazz. I wanted to go with the look reminiscent of Mega Man Legends. I mean, that was where the first model came from. I'm not opposed to using it, but I don't think I'd like to go this route anymore. The style is great and all, don't get me wrong, and it's certainly attention grabbing, but I don't think I have the heart in it. That's where these redesigns came in. They're not really good for low poly modeling, so they certainly need some tweaking. Overall, I'm happy where I'm going with them, and street and urban, you know, hype piece culture kind of led me to these designs. And before you ask, yes, story is a big part of the game, especially the characters. But as I've said before, gameplay is king. That always comes first. While I am retooling some ideas I had for a mob movie, what do I look like? I'm in the movie business? The game is planned to have scenes that will hopefully connect the player and the characters. Yes, this is all written out. No, I don't have any story beats for you yet. No, the script isn't finalized, and most importantly, I don't know how it's gonna end. It's one of the biggest problems I've had with this project. It's one of the biggest reasons I've kept moving on from this project to the other 4 I have. 2 of which are also being worked on. Don't tell corporate. Don't look, it's my first narrative project of many, so I'm really hoping to make this one have a lasting impression. That'll be the end of this one. For more info on Project Resolver, please consider subscribing. And by then we should already be, you know, set up on Unreal, and more it'll be nice. All right, I'll have more gameplay, I'll have more story, I'll have more designs, I'll have more expected mid-April or early May. Also, join the Discord, now open to any, and I mean any, and all humans on Earth. Link is in the top pinned comment. If you have any questions, qualms, concerns, etc., follow us on Twitter. Let us know on Twitter. You know, at Hamra Digital. You know, we're here, dude. My name is Matthew Hamilton Rue, and I thank you for your time.